Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Construction options. Building. Construction complete.
Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative.
Cannot deploy here. New construction options. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Cannot deploy here. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Our base is
Ready and
under attack.
affirmative.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Very well.
Building. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit
Report
lost.
agreed.
Building. Unit ready. 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 Building. Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Reporting. Very well. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Reporting. Report.
Unit lost.
Report agreed.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit lost.
Reporting. Waiting affirmative at once. Ready and wait affirmative. Reporting. Agreed. Yes, sir. Reporting. Report. Waiting affirmative. Reporting. Very well.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Yes,
Unit
sir.
ready.
Agreed. Very well. Reporting. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged. Awaiting. Acknowledged. Awaiting order. Yes. Affirmative. Acknowledged. At once. Reporting. Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. At once. Ready and waiting. Very well.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. At once.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building. Unable to build more. Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Ready and waiting. Very well. Ready and wait. Acknowledged. Waiting
Unit
order.
lost. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Unable to build more.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed. Yes, sir. Yes. Acknowledged. Comrade. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Building. Unit lost. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Report very
Unable
well.
to build
Agreed.
more.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Ready at once. Ready. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Ready at once. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Very well. Agreed. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Reporting.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Very well. Very well. Agreed. At once. At once. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. At once. At once. Reporting. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Ready and waiting. Agreed. At once. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Very well. Very well. At once. Very well.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit
Agreed.
lost. Building. Unit ready. Unable to build more. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Very well.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unable to build
Very well.
more.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Unit lost. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Unable to build
Reporting. Reporting at once. Very well.
more. Unable to build more.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Comrade. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready.
Reporting at once.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Yes,
Unit
very well.
ready.
Very well. Reporting. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Reporting. Affirmative. At once. Ready and waiting. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Reporting. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative. At once. At once. Agreed. At once. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Report. Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit lost. Building. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting orders. At once. Awaiting orders. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. At once. Very well. At once. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. At once. Very well. At once. Very well. Agreed.
Unable to build more.
At once. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Awaiting order. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well.
Building. Unit ready. Unable to build
Affirmative.
more.
Affirmative.
Unit
Very well.
lost.
Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting orders. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Agreed.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Agreed. Very well.
Our base
Very well.
is under attack.
Very well.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Ready and waiting.
Unable to build
Agreed.
more.
Ready and waiting. At once. Reporting. Yes, sir. At once. Ready and waiting. Very well. Reporting. Agreed. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Reporting. At once. At once. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unable to build
Affirmative.
more.
Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Yes, sir. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Very well. Yes, sir. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Ready and agreed. At affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed.
Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Very well. Reporting. Ready and waiting.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Reporting. Awaiting orders.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Unable to build
Yes,
more.
sir. Very well. Very well.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Ready and waiting. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. At once. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Yes, agreed.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Building.
Yes, sir. Very well.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready.
Reporting. At once. Yes, sir. Agreed. Ready and waiting. Very well. Awaiting orders. Agreed. Acknowledged. At once. Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Agreed. At once. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Reporting. Agreed.
Unit
At once.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
At once. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Reporting. At once. Agreed.
Unable to
Reporting
build more.
affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Very well.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready.
Reporting affirmative. Agreed.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. 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 At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Very well. At once. Very well. At once. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Very well. Yes, sir. Very well.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building. Unable to build more.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Agreed. Awaiting orders. At once. Affirmative. 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 Agreed. At once. Awaiting orders. Reporting. Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed.
Unit lost.
At once.
Our base is under attack. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready.
Acknowledged. At once. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. 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 Agreed. At once. Very well.
Lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Awaiting orders. Very well. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Very well. Acknowledged. At once. Acknowledged. Agreed. Agreed. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Agreed. Reporting. Affirmative.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Reporting. Agreed. Reporting. Agreed. At once. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Once. Affirmative. Reporting. At once. Affirmative. 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 Very well. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Agreed. Reporting. Acknowledged. Agreed. Agreed. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. At once. Very well. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Agreed. Agreed. At once. Affirmative. 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 Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. At once.
Building. Unit
Very well.
ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Once. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Once. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Agreed. At once. At once. At once. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready. Unable
Yes, sir.
to build
At
more.
once. Ready and wait. Affirmative. At once. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. At once. At once. At once. Very well. At once. Agreed. At once.
Unit lost.
Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. At once. Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unable to build
Ready and
more.
waiting. Agreed. Ready and waiting. At once. Reporting. Reporting. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Acknowledged. Agreed. Reporting. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Reporting. Reporting. Awaiting orders. At once. Yes, sir. Very well. Agreed. At once. Very well.
Unable to build more.
Reporting. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
At once. Very well. At once. Reporting. Agreed. Reporting. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Very well. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Reporting. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Yes, sir. Awaiting. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Awaiting. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. At once. Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Reporting. Ready and waiting. Sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. At once. Yes, sir. Reporting. Yes, sir. Very well. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. At once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Unable to build more.
Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready.
Reporting.
Unable to build more.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unable to build
Affirmative.
more.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Yeah, okay, 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 okay.
Unit lost.
Awaiting orders. Reporting. Agreed. Very well. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. At once. At once.
Unable to build more.
Affirmative. Very well. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. 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 At once. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. 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 At once. Affirmative. 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 Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Agreed.
Unable to build more.
Agreed. At once. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. 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 At once. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit firepower
Agreed.
upgraded.
Agreed. Very well. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Very well.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Waiting at once. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Waiting orders.
Building. Unit ready.
Agreed.
Unable to build
Affirmative.
more.
Very well. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Reporting. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Agreed.
Unable to build more.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Very well.
Unable to build more.
At once. At once. Very well. Affirmative.
Unable to build more.
Very well. Agreed. Affirmative.
Unable to build more.
Agreed. Agreed. At once. Affirmative.
Unable to build more.
Affirmative.
Control.
Affirmative.
Log.
Agreed.
Drawn.
Agreed.
Down.
Agreed.
Averted.
Affirmative.
Nice.
Affirmative. Affirmative. At once.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Ready and waiting. Reporting. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Agreed.
Unit lost.
At once. Ready and affirmative. At once.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unable to build more.
Ready and waiting. Agreed. Awaiting orders. At once. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. At
Unit
once.
lost.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. At once.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Agreed. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Very well.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Reporting. Agreed. Very well. Ready and waiting. Once.
Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Unable
Very
to
well.
build more.
Reporting.
Unable to build
At
more.
once. Very well. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Ready and waiting.
Building. Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Agreed. Agreed.
Unable to build
Affirmative.
more.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Ready and waiting.
Unable
Very
to
well.
build more.
Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative.
Unit
At once. Yes,
lost.
sir. Acknowledged. Ready and
Unit
affirmative. Yes,
lost.
sir.
Building. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Reporting. Very well.
Building.
Affirmative. At once.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit
Agreed.
ready.
Very well.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. Acknowledged. Agreed. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Yes, sir.
Unit
Agreed.
lost.
Very well. Of course. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Very well.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. One. Agreed. Yes, very well. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Reporting. At once. Reporting. Very well. Reporting. Affirmative. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. At once. Very well. Affirmative. Of course.
Building. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Very well. Yes, sir. Reporting. Very well. At once.
Unable to build
Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Agreed. At once. Awaiting orders. At once. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. At once. Awaiting order. Reporting.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit lost. Building. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. At once. Ready and waiting. Very well. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. At once. Yes, sir. Very well. At once.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unable to build more.
Acknowledged. At once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Very well. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. At once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. At once. Affirmative. 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 At once.
Unit lost. Building. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Unable to build more.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Reporting. Reporting. Affirmative. Agreed. Reporting. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting orders. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Agreed. Ready and waiting. Reporting. Acknowledged. Reporting. Ready and waiting. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit lost. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Reporting.
Unit
Reporting. Very well.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Acknowledged. At once. Agreed. At once.
Mission accomplished.